Hello everyone, I'm Dan 2x15, back again with another video, and this time we are going to be doing the review for WWE Survivor Series Wargames 2024. And on my predictions video, I do like to point out that I did make a mistake, and I said it was going to be live in Toronto, Canada, when in fact it's Vancouver, Canada. So that's my mistake. And we started off strong on the WWE. We started off strong here in WWE War Games. It was the Women's War Games match as the Team Rhea Ripley took on Team Liv Morgan, as it was Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Naomi taking on Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. That was a hell of a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Io Sky dives off the top with the trash can over her head, doing the over the moonsault, and we had I believe on the other side, Tiffany Stratton doing a swanton bomb up to everybody. And you know what? I would like to say I'm going to give that match 5 stars. Hell of a way to start off Survivor Series War Games. And at the end, it was, of course, Rhea Ripley hitting a riptide off the top rope through a table onto Liv Morgan. 1, 2, 3. And Team Rhea Ripley with the win. Of course, then up next was the United States Championship, as the United States Champion LA Knight defends his United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura, the more vicious, evil side that was so psychotic that got into LA Knight's brain. LA Knight, he dropped the United States Championship during his entrance, and not only that, he slipped up a few times, and Shinsuke Nakamura got up here with LA Knight. Very good match, but it was in the end where Nakamura hit a reverse DDT, I think, onto the solid steel that was holding the two rings together in the middle, and then following it up by chucking him in the ring that they were wrestling in, which got me thinking, what if they would have gotten in the other ring of any of those singles matches? Would there have been a count out? Because technically they were not in the ring that they're fighting in? Maybe. But it doesn't matter about those rules, because Shinsuke Nakamura didn't need to cheat, didn't need to use the mist. He did use the still on the middle to his advantage, but I say it's all fair in love and war games, because, well, Shinsuke Nakamura then hits LA Knight with the Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3, and we got a new United States Champion in Shinsuke Nakamura, and I hope, for my own sake as a wrestling fan, that Shinsuke Nakamura, well, he manages to keep the United States Championship for the 3rd time now, for a lot longer. And moving on from one mid-card championship to the next, to the Intercontinental Triple Threat match. Sheamus looking to become an Intercontinental Champion for the 1st time. Ludwig Kaiser to become a singles champion for the 1st time. Goes up one, and they will be battling against the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. And I can say this triple threat match had everything: shillelaghs, chairs, spears, goddamn drop kicks, and I can tell you this much: I really loved every moment of this triple threat match, and in the end, it was, we had Sheamus going for the bro kick, but couldn't deliver because of his bad ribs. And Ludwig almost getting the free, turns around, gets speared out of his boots, and then Sheamus gets speared out of his boots. 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker still the Intercontinental Champion. Now, I know Ludwig Kaiser lost in that triple threat match, but does that mean that Gunther will be able to retain the World Heavyweight Championship? Sorry about that. That's a very good question as well. We got Gunther coming out with defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest next. Very good match. Although I will say this. Do you know the storyline where the champion is in a lot of trouble and the build up to it, and we think that the challenger is actually going to win, but during the match something happens like, oh, they get an injured body part. I got nothing wrong with injured body part moments, but it has to be because of the person of the champion or whoever that is. For example, if Gunther would have injured the arm or the shoulder of Damian Priest because of an attack on the steel steps or something, or something where he would have landed tough on the apron or somewhere, then I can understand. Work on that body part that you've been working at throughout the entire match. But not when it's the storyline where the person gets injured because it's his own fault, because he ran really hard into Gunther. I mean, bad on its own, I will say, is completely and utterly stupid when they do something like that. I'm sorry, but it is. But anyway, in the end, once Damian Priest finally gets his chance to, hit a big move off the top rope, he falls down onto the outside, and Gunther's in the inside, and trying to regain himself when out of nowhere comes Finn Balor off the steps, hitting a coup de grace, and of course he's standing there, and he gets big booted from Gunther, and Gunther's like, I ain't winning this way, but he still wins that way anyway. But getting Damian Priest into the ring, hitting like the sleeper with other more like a chicken wing if anything, but it was the sleeper, and Damian Priest passes out, still the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. Then we move on to the main event of the evening, the original Bloodline, the OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline. Of course, I put my ones in the sky for the OG Bloodline, and not the new Bloodline. It was the new Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, the Tonga brothers, Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed taking on the OG Bloodline of the Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk. There was some miscommunication between CM Punk and Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns speared CM Punk by mistake, but CM Punk saves Roman Reigns off the tsunami attempt off the top of the cage for a table, I might add. Very good. Jacob Fatu also got injured legitimately in that Wargames match when he attempted to that movesault that we've seen him do many times, including in the match itself, but landed awkwardly on his leg. Hope he's okay. We'll hope, because this is not the first time he's injured himself by doing that very same move, and something similar, I might add. It's the same leg as well, I think, unfortunately. We had, CM Punk that was in trouble, and a Superman punch to save him. And of course, the 1D was hit on, and Jimmy Uso doing a splash off the top of the cage through the table onto Jacob Fatu. Brother of the Jacob Fatu, by the way, to continue in the match to get to those spots. They could have just left him to lie there, and someone else could have took that spot. Bravo for that. But it was in the end, Solo Sikoa was in trouble, surrounded by the OG Bloodline, CM Punk and Sami Zayn, and Roman was like, okay, you have the chance. You can acknowledge me, and I'll bring you back into the Bloodline, and I will forgive you. And he was like, no, fuck that, I ain't forgiving you, I am the tribal chief. Yeah, I'm gonna summon Spike you. Nope. Takes 2 super kicks to the face, takes a Haluva kick to the face, takes a GTS to the face, staggers, turns around, ooh, ah! Spear to Solo Sikoa from Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3, and I will acknowledge the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman is happy. He gives CM Punk his promise, his word, that he's going to owe him a favor. And everyone's celebrating at the end of the ramp, and I think CM Punk had a miscue as he walked backstage and went, oh yeah, I meant to still be celebrating with these guys. Now, I personally thought somebody, the final boss, if anything, was going to come out. No, it just faded to black, went back to the replays, and that was it. The next pay-per-view is in December. Now, I don't know what that is, but I believe it might be the NXT Deadline, and then it moves on to January to the Royal Rumble. So we are on the road to the Royal Rumble, which means we are on the road to WrestleMania, and I can't wait for my Royal Rumble predictions. Unless there's like a pay-per-view in between, then possibly, usually it's TLC, but whether they still do that, I don't know. I will have to find out. And until then, I'll see you at the next predictions. Most probably the Royal Rumble predictions. Until then, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to subscribe. If you want to watch the previous video, then click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the playlist that's on the right.